The disaster at Chernobyl brought death and disease. It brought the very idea of nuclear power into question. And within the Soviet Union, the trauma of Chernobyl was so great that many see it as the first step in the breakup of the communist regime. This film tells the story, minute by minute, second by second, of the 1 hour countdown to tragedy. It's seen through the eyes of the key actors in the drama, the workers who were accidentally led to their deaths, and the innocent bystanders who looked on. Based on documented evidence and eyewitness reports, it has been filmed on location inside the surviving areas of the Chernobyl nuclear power station. The control room at Chernobyl's reactor number 4. It is here that all the key decisions in the coming hour will be taken. The future of the reactor and the world beyond is in the hands of 3 men. At only 26, Leonid Toptunov is senior control engineer. His job is to control the enormous power in the reactor.
17.
Alexander Akimov is the shift foreman, the captain of the ship.
Ну что, все выспались? Поужинали нормально?
But tonight he is outranked.
Начнем, пожалуй.
Deputy Chief Engineer Anatoly Dyatlov is in charge.
Потом.
Dyatlov is one of the Soviet Union's top nuclear engineers. He's also a hard man, operating in a harsh system. There is a further vital character, the newly commissioned reactor number 4 itself, one of the communist regime's proudest technological achievements. Tonight, the control room is preparing for a safety test on the reactor.
Мощность упала почти до 500 мегаватт.
А что с Ларом?
Я отключаю локальный автоматический регулятор мощности реактора.
But a fateful argument is brewing between the 2 senior engineers and Dyatlov about the level of power at which it is safe to begin the test.
Орден включился, но все равно мощность падает.
Продолжайте.
Что происходит? Мы же не должны опускаться ниже нормы 700 мегаватт. Это же небезопасно. Что я ему скажу?
Я ему сам скажу.
Не надо мне ничего говорить. Я все знаю сам. Думать не твоя работа. Здесь я принимаю решение. Делай, что тебе говорят. Это набрал таких наглых карасей.
Анатолий Степанович, мы и так
On
уже
this night,
опустились ниже
Chernobyl is harboring 2 deadly secrets.
700 мегаватт.
The first is a potentially fatal flaw in the reactor's design, which the engineers are unaware of. A flaw that makes it highly unstable when run at low power.
700 мегаватт. Мощность падает очень.
31 minutes past midnight.
Мощности 200 мегаватт.
The argument over the power level at which the safety test on Chernobyl's reactor number 4 can begin grows ever more serious.
Анатолий Степанович, мы и так уже опустились ниже уровня безопасности в 700 мегаватт. Мощность падает очень быстро.
Единственное, что здесь нестабильно, так это работа твоих некомпетентных людей.
The test has been demanded by Russia's atomic energy authorities and stems from the Cold War fear of being attacked that still grips the Soviet Union. But Deputy Chief Engineer Anatoly Dyatlov is deliberately ignoring top-level advice on how the test should be done. The guidelines state that the reactor's power should be between 700 and 1,000 megawatts when the test begins. Dyatlov wants to do the test at only 200 megawatts to preserve the cooling water that stops the reactor overheating. He believes there is little risk.
Unfortunately, that night, there was not a single man in the control room that he saw as his equal. There really wasn't anyone there who was as strong a character or as professionally qualified, whose opinion he would respect.
Реакторы не ошибаются, ошибаются люди. Давайте за работу.
Dyatlov is not in fact an unreasonable man. Rather, he is a creature of the communist system that has raised and promoted him. He was born a fisherman's son in Siberia and ran away from home at the age of 14. He's overcome these unpromising beginnings to rise through the ranks as an engineer. He is a party man who tries to follow the rule book, but he's aware that in the nuclear industry, the rule book and reality often don't match. To get things done, shortcuts and improvisation are sometimes the only answer. Winding the power down has led to it dropping too fast.
Что там у тебя?
Ну, мощность быстро падает.
Ты что натворил, идиот? Что ты наделал? Ты же мощность упустил! У тебя же руки из задницы растут! Да помоги ты ему!
Успокойся, успокойся, не суетись. Начинаем все сначала. Успокойся.
"24 minutes to 1. A new problem disturbs the concentration of the increasingly fraught operators.
Да выключен этот вой!
Уровень воды в барабан-сепараторах опасно низкий.
Давай соберись, это твоя работа.
"22 minutes to 1. The reactor has ground to a complete halt. Dyatlov makes a fateful decision.
Ты же уронил реактор! Имбецил ты долбанный! Ну давай, поднимай мощность! Выводи регулирующие стержни! Бегом!
To raise power after 12:30, the shift actually had to pull all the control rods out of the reactor. This was like cocking a gun.
Регулирующие стержни! Бегом!
Извините, Анатолий Степанович, но разве мы не должны остановить реактор? И так положено по инструкции.
Это верно, Анатолий Степанович. Это абсолютно верно. Если мы извлечем регулирующие стержни, управлять реактором нам после этого становится почти невозможно.
Как же испытания не проводить из-за таких кретинов, как вы? Испытание будет проведено сегодня! А тебе я скажу. Если ты не хочешь или не можешь выполнять приказания, я могу избавить тебя от этой необходимости. Ты меня понял?
Да.
Пошел вон! Ригу, прими управление!
Начал. Так, осторожнее.
The men's revolt has failed. Tregov and Akimov power up the reactor. Within 5 minutes, they've got power rising again. Dyatlov has what he wants.
Не удалось поднять мощность реактора до 160 мегаватт.
Ладно, передай управление Топтунову. Вперед. Только не уходи и постой с ним рядом.
After the failed revolt, the control room is now calm too.
Мы снова вышли на 200 мегаватт.
The men have got the reactor's power to the level Deputy Chief Engineer Dyatlov wants it for the test.
Анатолий Степанович, мы снова вышли на мощность в 200 мегаватт.
Очень хорошо. Начинайте испытание.
Но по регламенту начинать испытания я могу только при мощности в 700 мегаватт. Если вы хотите проводить испытания при уровне мощности в 200 мегаватт, я прошу вас занести это ваше распоряжение в оперативный журнал.
Да будет вам известно, что как заместитель главного инженера я имею полномочия изменить параметры проведения испытаний. И я ими воспользуюсь. Продолжайте испытания.
Fermi had done a correspondence course in nuclear engineering, but he wasn't an expert in the field at all. He had risen mainly because of his standing as the party secretary. Unlike Dyatlov, who was aware that there were dangers in these reactors, Fermi believed everything he'd read. And so when the issue of safety arose, he'd say, well, the chances of an accident are completely remote, about as remote as you being hit by a meteorite.
Chernobyl's director, Viktor Bukhanov, and his senior managers rushed to get reactor number 4 open early, so that they and their party bosses could win substantial bonuses. Safety came second.
Bukhanov, the director of the whole power station complex, was always at his wit's end to meet deadlines to build these reactors. For example, the roof of the reactors was meant to have been built with fireproof materials, but these fireproof materials didn't exist. The roof had to be put on, so he used combustible materials.
Accidents were common and hushed up. The very tests being done on this night should have been carried out before reactor number 4 was even opened. Deputy Chief Engineer Anatoly Dyatlov. Dyatlov remains determined to push through the safety test, despite the opposition in the control room.
Соберись.
One reason may be power station politics. Dyatlov is in trouble with the local Communist Party for being rude to his workers. His boss, Nikolai Fomin, is due for promotion. A successful test could help Dyatlov get Fomin's job and remove him from the engineers on the shop floor. 1:17 a.m. Less than 6 minutes to the start of the safety test. Dyatlov is confident.
На 200 мегаваттах расход воды небольшой. Мы сможем повторить испытания, если что.
Но до сих пор таких испытаний не проводили.
Мы проведем. Еще 2 минуты и все. Шевелитесь, шевелитесь. Включить 2 резервных насоса.
Включить 2 резервных насоса.
Резервные насосы включены.
Хорошо. Ну что, Александр Федорович, начнем испытание.
The test will shut off the power to the massive turbine and let it coast. Backup diesel generators will take over, but there's a 40-second gap before they kick in. The question is how effectively the slowing turbine will keep the water pumps going until the diesel generators take over. Without that water, the reactor could boil dry like an immense kettle. But to Dyatlov, who continues to have no idea of the hotspot that has already built up, the risk remains purely theoretical. The power to the turbine is turned off. Over the next minute, a terrifying chain of parallel events will unfold. As the turbine winds down, the pumps push less water through the reactor's core. More and more steam is generated from less and less water. Steam pressure builds at the core's invisible hotspot with every passing second.
Нужно запускать АЗ-5! Произошел резкий скачок мощности. Я включаю систему аварийного снижения мощности.
Pressing the emergency AZ5 button automatically lowers the boron control rods to reduce power, but it has an unforeseen and fatal effect.
The boron rods were in fact tipped with graphite, and that short moment when they are first inserted into the reactor, the graphite in fact leads to a surge in the power, not a reduction of power.
From when the AZ5 button was pushed until the explosion, the power increased hundreds of times.
Акимов, что там у тебя?
Это не у меня, Анатолий Степанович. Что происходит? Это у Столярчука.
Реактивность удваивается каждую секунду.
Это невозможно.
Уровень мощности превысил 530 мегаватт.
Наконечники срывает! С крышки реактора!
The disaster is now seconds away. Steam pressure at the reactor's hotspot can't be contained. 50 control and fuel rod shafts are torn apart. Power rockets, turning the whole reactor into a volcanic steam pressure cooker.